Hi YouTubers. You know, the thing I haven't really talked about much on here is the struggles I went through to get to live independently to where I am now. It has been a struggle. This might be a boring video, but it's interesting. Basically, it was a struggle. It was a struggle. It all started when I was 18, and I'd finished school and everything, and I was on my bum doing nothing all day. I think no, I was going to time at college. I was doing time at college at the time, but I would always go from my house, which was all the way in Amble, to go to time at, which was all the way in Newcastle. So I did that every day, which was a faff, because you have to go to Queen Street and then get the bus. I had to get 2 buses every day to go to college. And I had enough. Actually, no, I wasn't going to time it just yet. I was on my bum doing nothing. Then, I did have support though. It was before part, I think. Anyway, and me and Mum, there's a photo actually that I have of me in a cafe, which only looks like I got half glasses on because I lost the leg of my glasses. And I'm wearing, I think, a brown t-shirt, and I'm looking down. And that's when and that photo is when we first discussed living independently, living away from Mum. Dad had already moved away to Ireland, so it was just me and my mum at home. Then. And I was hesitant. I was hesitant at first. I was scared. So then we started looking at places because we didn't know where to look. So then but we did find somewhere. So we didn't know where to go. So we went for Ashington, which was near Amble. And we went up the stairs because there's a first floor flat. We did see other places, but this one caught our eye because it had an intercom system that worked at the time, and it was like a 6-month by 6-month lease. And it looked small enough. You go straight in your sitting room, and then to the right was the kitchen. To the left, you went down like 2 stairs, and you got this. You had the washer dryer on the left. No, the washer, yeah. What was a combi? I think what I bought back then was a wash and dryer set, all in one, to the left. And then keep going forward and you had the bathroom. But then once you go in the sitting room, you turn right, you had first bedroom on the right, then the second bedroom on the left, because it was a 2-bedroom place. I used the second bedroom as a spare bedroom and storage. It was pretty big, but still pretty small at the same time. I was scared. My support weren't the best support, which was part, I have to say. Back then, what I felt was not the best support that I needed at the time. But we ended up going for that place. And what I remember is being scared. Ridiculously scared. The first night of my own place, I saw boxes everywhere. I had furniture because we had got a grant to buy my start furniture, which is bog standard things, but at least it was a couch and a bed and a fridge. Everything else we bought for second. We had those three things. I was scared. The first night in that place, I was scared. I remember the first couple months of that place. I phoned Mum up numerous times about wanting to go back. Can I go back home? But I remember a couple days before I was meant to move out, Mum made my life there a living hell for me. Otherwise I wouldn't have left. She brought on Antiques Roadshow and Bargain Hunt, and we'd watch her telly instead of my telly, and I would spend most of my time in my room. And she's like, but it's my house, my rules. So I was like, I'm glad I'm moving out then, because that's what made me move in the end, was I couldn't be put with Mum's rules anymore. But like I said, in the first couple months I was scared. I felt so lonely, completely lonely. I struggled, even though I had outreach coming every other day. I'd forget to wash. I'd forget to wash. I remember going weeks without washing. That's why I had short hair. It's because I could get away with it back then. I ate nothing but junk food. I felt both freedom and loneliness. Freedom that I could do whatever the hell I liked at this place, but loneliness. The loneliness kicked in so much when I was living by myself for the first time. I had no friends, nothing. If it wasn't for the telly, because I didn't even have a computer back then, I would have driven myself crazy if I hadn't been for the telly. But I do remember feeling so lonely because the support I was getting wasn't the support I needed, because basically they focused on the cleanness of the flat rather than take me out on trips. I wouldn't have cared about the flat. I just wanted to get out and do stuff because I felt so lonely. But they focused on the flat. And they actually said to me a couple of times, I'm leaving you to do this flat because I'm leaving you to do this flat because it looks so bad. That's what they actually said to me. I'm leaving you to do this flat because it looks so bad. When I felt that I was so quiet back then. You wouldn't think that, but I was so quiet. I didn't speak how I really felt. And what I really felt was lonely. That's when I started going to college. And I made friends. When I moved, it was during the gap of Time to Northumberland. So I started going to Northumberland College when I moved to Ashington. I only ever went there 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday and Friday. The rest of the time I did nothing. It was for college. And it was Mum's persistence has got me the friends that I had, which were from Splinter. And then after Splinter, because I only ever went now and again, that hasn't changed. I started a new thing after college. back, and this is when I'd moved to my second place, which is a separate place here in Blythe, called Athlone Court, and that was a mistake. But that's when I went out with Adam. I felt like that was a hotel. From the get-go, it felt like a hotel. I didn't feel like home. It wasn't until I moved here that I felt like I'm home. Athlone Court didn't feel like home. It didn't. Felt like I was staying in a hotel. There was problems with my first place, but I do remember the first year of living independently, I was at my lowest. I was even suicidal. I even tried it a couple of times at that place in Ashington, because I was so lonely and bored. I finally understood the phrase hermit. Basically, it was where you just stay in the house all the time, watching telly. You'd get up, watch telly, go to bed. Obviously, you eat in between them. That's it. All you do is get up, eat, watch telly, go to bed. That was my life. Unless I had my support, and then it was housework for those couple of hours, and then it would be watch telly. I was so bored and lonely until Splinter came along, and then Headway. Because as soon as you left somewhere, you'd lose friends with that group. When I left Headway, I lost touch with all the Headway people. When I left Tang Met, I lost all touch with them. When I left Northumberland, I lost all touch with them. As soon as you make friends with someone that goes to that thing and you leave that place, you lose touch. I'm going off track here, but it was a struggle. In the beginning, me and Mum had a rule that because I was falling up all the time for this, and this, after the first 6 months, we made a rule, because I got too annoying for Mum. They could only phone her once a day at 6. So I had to leave everything until that one phone call at 6 to ask her what I needed to ask her and tell her what I needed to tell her at 6. Sometimes I didn't phone her. Sometimes I waited for that 6 o'clock. In the beginning, I did wait for that 6 o'clock. I was like, I need to tell her. But learning who I am and struggling with what I've been through, I know what my triggers are, what my problems are, what to overcome my problems, because I'm me and I've overcome them. But that's just me. And in the beginning, it was a struggle when I was living independently. I was scared. So scared. Every noise, I felt like, what's that? And I did for my mum all the time. Even in the middle of the night when she was asleep, I left messages. Because I was scared. And I don't remember sleeping for the first couple of months. At night. And if I did, it was just because of pure tiredness, because I was scared. What's that noise? Because I had neighbours above me and below me, which was new to me. I was scared. Scared, lonely. I do remember getting caught out with tablets one day. That I had so many tablets, I got caught out that because I fell on the floor. Because I had them ready. My support spotted them and told my mum. And that was one of many, many times I tried with pills at that place. And that's because I struggled. My support wasn't that much of a support. It was my mum. My mum helped me so much through that first year of living independently. So if people think that I don't need the extra support, I do. I get support every day to help with my housework and my stability, but mostly my housework now. But they're there to help me as well. So I know that I get less support from my mum because I get a lot more support from Percy House. But if it wasn't for my mum, I wouldn't be here today. Because I would have, knowing that the tablets wouldn't have worked, I would have slit my wrists or done something else. Pillow overhead, anything. I would have if it was for my mum. She saved my life numerous times. But I've got so many nice friends now. I've got friends now. I've got people that care about me, and that's what you got to remember. When you're on your lowest, because I get low these days because of my depression, because I'm still grieving. Don't want to talk about that. This is mostly about my struggle, about living independently, because I was single at the time as well. It wasn't until I lived independently for a year that I met Mark. The boyfriend I lost my virginity to. Worst boyfriend ever. Didn't give a shit about me. Cared more about his computer systems than me. Worst boyfriend ever. But this is not about that. This is about my struggles with living independently for the first time. But I live better now. But like I say, it's been a struggle. It has ups and downs. And when I first moved out, there was so much downs and ups. But if you're anything like me, you'll get there. I've lived independently for 11 years now, and I am at the happiest I'm at with living independently. This is the happiest I've ever been. My other bits of my life, not so much, but the living independently bit, the happiest I've ever been. This is my home. I don't see myself moving away from this so many times soon, unless I meet someone. I'm going to stop now because I'm trying to make my videos 20 minutes maximum. I did say to myself I'm going to finish with a song every time, but I can't be bothered with this one. So I'm going to call this Struggles with Living Independently with Autism. I hope this helps, but you're not alone, and it does get better.